Sagittarius, this is your astrology forecast for October 2015. It's really nice to be with you today. Thanks for joining me. Always a pleasure doing these readings for you. I want to give you a rundown of what's coming up in October. And to do that, I need to first look at the 30th of September because there are two things happening there which are really going to impact you in October. And the first is that Pluto starts to square the Sun. And it does that, it forms a relationship with it until the 12th of October. So pretty much smack in the middle of the month, okay? And the Sun is your identity, and Pluto is really death and rebirth. And for you, this is going to look very, very favorable and very lucky, especially in your working life. If you're someone who's been out of work for a long time, if you've had a dream to work, to be employed, but to have work so that it's enough work rather than just a couple of hours a week, you're going to be the one who's influenced most positively by this, because there's going to be a rebirth in terms of your finances and in terms of your career, your working life. The other thing that's happening is that Pluto actually starts to square Uranus at the same time. This square lasts much longer. It lasts until the 13th of May 2016. So this is a connection that's there for 9 months, and that really underpins a lot of the other things that are going on. Now, Pluto is in your second house, which is finance and money and career. And Uranus, think of it like electricity. It's like energy that's just being forced and pushed into another area. And because it squares Pluto, the energy is pushed into the area of rebirth of your money, of your finances, of your career. So you really can expect a lot of movement in the way your finances look. If they're completely dead as a doornail at the moment, new life will come in. Think of it like, the CPR, the what are they, the pedals or something, where they shock the heart into going out of spasm and you come back to life. Okay, think of it as a real boost, real energy coming back into your financial life, especially in work. So if you are working, but if you're in a situation where you don't enjoy your job or you don't feel like you're making enough money, this is also a good time to alter your job and to find something that's more suitable and that's more compatible with how you feel. Now, the 1st of October, there's a lot going on in your 10th house. You've got Jupiter, the lucky planet, you've got Mars, the planet of desire and what it is you want, and you've got the midheaven, which is the work angle. All of those are in your 10th house. So you're the luckiest and most benefited sign of the zodiac this month, because all of those forceful, lucky, powerful energies are in your 10th house of career, and you can really take practical action to make changes to your job, and you can be successful in making those changes. Chiron starts to square the moon on the 3rd of October, and this is interesting because you have the opportunity now to talk something out with a friend or a family member who you've fallen out with, and to heal that. So it's a change of direction completely from all of this work focus, and now we're going to your family sector, but you really have the opportunity to make something right, to amend something. On the 4th, the moon connects with Mercury, the Sun, and the north node of your moon in the 11th house, which is your connection with other people and also your hopes and dreams. And it's in Libra, which is about harmony. So if you do fix something on the 3rd, it'll be like a dream coming true. So if you've had a parent or a child who you fell out with 10 years ago, and I wouldn't say this lightly, I see this in the chart, so that's why I'm saying this. If you've fallen out with them 10 years ago and you've always dreamt of fixing that, if you have the strength and the courage to try again, to try and fix that, I would say the 3rd and 4th are ideal days, the 3rd especially, to reach out and to try and fix that relationship, because I think it can really be one of your dreams, and it can really become, you can really alter and amend that relationship on a permanent basis. The 5th of October sees the moon creating a T-square with Pluto and Uranus. And this is very interesting because you will get, we're going back to work now, but someone will do something for you that helps you with your job search and your money search, and either someone just gives you some money if you're struggling, or someone suggests a job that they've seen on the internet or in the newspaper, or they refer you to something, or they have a job that they actually want to offer you, I really feel that this is a good day for you to find a way to bring more income into your life, and it comes as a result of one of your close relationships. Pluto then starts to trine your Mars and your Jupiter in the 10th house. And if someone mentions that to you, I think you could start the new job as soon as the 6th of October. It's really interesting, but this is all pointing towards a lot of energy and a lot of practical changes and a lot of new beginnings in your career and your money. So if you are out of work, really there's so much hope for you in that sense that you will find something that's really going to pay you and that's going to rebirth your financial situation. The moon trines Uranus on the 7th. And the energy now is poured into you having the opportunity to let your light shine. In the tarot, this is the star. It's letting go of the negativity, making yourself vulnerable, asking for help, reaching out, and then letting your light shine and putting yourself in a position where you can achieve and you can be successful. So the first week of October is all about that for you. On the 9th, Venus goes into Virgo in your 10th house. So the planet of love, the goddess of love, becomes very, very practical, becomes very earthy, becomes very discerning, becomes very forward-thinking. Not forward-thinking so much, but very diligent, I would say, and hard-working. And lo and behold, guess what? It moves into your 10th house of career. So career is really supercharged. If you've been in a job that you do enjoy, okay, but you feel like you could do better, but that's like, and you feel like you're overreaching a little bit and you're saying, okay, well, just be happy with what you've got. You're already the CEO of this company. You make 100 grand, whatever, but you feel like you could do more. Then really what I would say to you with the chart the way it is, extend yourself even more. Strive for try and reach your potential. The sky's the limit here, really, because everything is in your career sector and you can really achieve what it is you want to achieve. If you're getting those messages, please listen to them. Mercury also comes out of retrograde on the 9th, which means that communication will become less stifled and much easier. If you don't know about Mercury retrograde, then please have a look at the video I did on it. It explains the phenomena. Mercury is the planet of communication, and when it goes retrograde, communication becomes stifled, it becomes more difficult, and you have to find alternate ways of communicating. When it goes direct, that becomes much easier and things start to flow more naturally. Venus and Uranus form a sesqui square between the 10th of October and the 14th. And this is really interesting because it's between your work sector here and your sector of fun and romance and lightheartedness and energy. So have a positive outlook and trust that this is going to, how do I explain this? If I'm really serious and I'm really tough and I realize I have all these issues and I'm going to get to work and work them out, and I have issues with shame and I have issues with applying myself and I'm going to do some real counseling and therapy and I'm going to get going. That's one approach, and I'll make inroads to it. But if I look at the other approach, which is if I just lighten up and if I have faith that yes, I do have problems, but that the universe and spirit want me to be happy and want me to have a good life, and if I just align myself with that and trust that I will work these issues out. The second approach, even though it sounds much less work and hands off, that works out better. Because if you bang your head against the wall, you just get a headache usually. The wall hardly ever comes down. And why did I go? Why am I telling you this? I think I've banged my head against the wall today. I'm telling you this because Uranus is in that sector of the 5th, yes, and it infuses your Venus. So you will find that job, the work that you love, and don't get too heavy and too into it. It will appear, and it will definitely appear for you in October. Just look for it and it will come. On the 11th, there's a T-square between your Sun and your Uranus, which creates friction, and the outcome is your money, okay? So dream the dream of what you could achieve in your working life, have fun with it, and apply even for jobs that you wouldn't necessarily think you could do, but that seem actually fun and that seem enjoyable. You know, that's a weird concept because the Western world never ever gives you that kind of option. Just do a job to try it out and see if you like it. No. People just say, know what you want to do from age 2, apply yourself at school, work really hard, compete with your peers, then go to university and be the best and beat everyone else, and then get this job and then be in it, and then it's just like, oh, where's the room for uncertainty? Where's the room for change in that? You can make this process unique and workable for you and actually make money with it and be successful. If you have a look at what jobs are available and if you see one you like and you'd enjoy doing, do that. What a concept, a job I actually would like. Wow, crazy. So that's there for you on the 11th, and if you're in that situation, then the 11th is a good day to look into that sort of thing. Also, again, I know I'm talking about work a lot, but those are the main themes here. The main themes for you this month, Sagittarius, are work and realizing your hopes and dreams of work and overcoming the past disappointments. And that's why I'm on this theme so much. If you're in a job that is really dull, same thing, look to change it by exchanging it with something that could be more fun potentially. The new moon is in Libra on the 13th, and this is in your 11th house of hopes and dreams. So pour all the energy you can into realizing your hopes and dreams, meditate on that, manifest it, dream the dreams, allow yourself to be as unrealistic as possible, okay? I saw something on the internet the other day. If you're a 40-year-old man with a beard, but your dream is to be in a Japanese all-girl, teenage girl band, then dream it, because I actually saw a guy on the internet who does that. He's this Australian guy, I think he's 30 or something. He dresses up in, it's so weird, but I guess that's his dream. He looks like he's enjoying himself. He dresses up in these teeny bopper clothes, and he's got 2 other bandmates, and the bandmates are these Japanese girls. They're like 16, I think, and they make music, and they're successful in Japan. It's a huge hit. And I'm sure if he went to his careers counselor, they would have never suggested that. So the only way he could do that is because he dreamt it, okay? And that's what I'm telling you. You need to dream and allow yourself to achieve what you want to achieve. Jupiter has been in opposition to Neptune for the last 2 months, since the 16th of August, and it stops being in opposition on the 13th of October, so on this day. What that means is that the disappointment you feel and the lack of purpose that you felt, I think, isn't going to be so painful. I think you can kind of drop that a little bit and leave it behind. I think you're going to experience massive growth, especially in your, again, work sector. Now, on the 17th, the moon starts to trine. It starts to trine Uranus, yes? And your moon is now in your first house in Sagittarius, so your sign. You also have Saturn, which moved into your sign on the 18th of September, and your Ascendant, your rising sign, which is in your sign of Sagittarius. All of those are in your first house. What that means, Sagittarius, is that you're going to be the one sign of the zodiac that really, really benefits from this Saturn thing. People are like, oh, Saturn's so terrible, it's in my sign, life is going to be terrible for the next 2 years. It isn't, especially when it comes into your sign. If you get clear on your focus and your direction, you're the sign of the Centaur. You need to have a goal to work towards anyway. You like to be goal-oriented. If you have a goal, the next 2.5 years can be the most productive years of your life, because Saturn provides you with unshakable, inexorable structure. Certainly you scrutinize the direction you're going in, which is fine, but if you make that decision and you say, this is what I'm committing to, this is what I'm doing, and you go for it, you can use the power and the strength of Saturn to really get to where you want to go. So all of that is going on in your first house. That'll give you a real sense of security within yourself and certainty and knowledge. Uranus energizes it, and apply that strength and that certainty and that power to your career, what direction you're going to take it in, and then start walking. You'll really make a lot of progress. On the 18th, the moon now squares the North Node and your midheaven and your Mercury. And that really is a repetition of a theme, because what that does is it means that this isn't just going to be another job, another just something. This is actually going to do something with your purpose, which you're trying to achieve at the moment. And what you're trying to achieve is stability and routine and predictability in your working life. On the 19th and 20th, on both days, the moon starts to conjunct with Pluto in your second house. So the rebirth and the, I think you might see the first tangible result of this extra money. So you might get your paycheck, you might get a paycheck, or you might get some extra money coming in, and you might actually be told that you do get the job on this day. But again, there's a real nurturing from the rebirth of your career. That makes sense? Because something positive happens in your working life, in your working world, you feel comforted and nurtured by that. On the 23rd, Neptune, the planet of dreams, and the ruler of Pisces, and the water planet, and the planet of the other side, that starts to connect with your sun, and that means that your intuitive and psychic ability really increase on the 23rd, and that connection lasts until the 6th of November 2015, so for 2 weeks pretty much. So have a look at which one of your intuitive gifts start to really get stronger. If you're clairaudient, if you're clairsentient, if you're claircognizant, and if you're clairvoyant. It's a bit of sign language there. See if any one of those picks up, and even experiment a little bit with it, because I think you'll start to get some more messages. For you, Sagittarius, this is kind of separate a little bit with the work situation, which has been there all month, because that just naturally guides you, and this is almost like something separate. I mean, the guidance is there anyway in terms of creating something practical and tangible and structured in your career, but this feels kind of separate to me, and I wouldn't put too much importance on which one of the clairs, for instance, is your strength. I think the main focus for you is to pick up your hopes and dreams of what you can do in your working life, and then to run with that. The moon trines Saturn on the 25th. And Saturn is sitting right on top of your rising sign, right on top of your ascendant. So this is a wonderful day to let your hair down, to let loose, and to just have fun. So celebrate your successes, celebrate all the hard work that you've done in October and the progress that you've made, and really just allow yourself to enjoy the day. The full moon occurs on the 27th, and that's in your 6th. The new job is now here. The extra money is now here. The change to your circumstances is now here. The full moon is always a fruition, a coming to term, a kind of a blessing, something new entering your life. Taurus is the most materialistic sign, and in the 6th house, it's your daily routine. So it means new job. It means more money. It means the practical success, the practical joy is now here, and you can enjoy it. On the 28th, there's a grand trine in Earth, and a grand trine is an area of real talent, and Earth is practicality. And again, this has to do with your career. I'm sorry to just go on and on about your career this month, but everything is pointing towards success in that area. So, you know, if you are looking for that, then that's great. If you're looking for romance advice via this reading, the only thing I can give you really is that Uranus occupies your 5th house for the duration of the month, and Uranus is a little bit of chaos. So if you want to move things forward in terms of your romantic life, it's up to you to take charge of it and to take the lead and to make the move. That way, if you're looking for new relationships, new romance, or to improve a relationship, if you want to get rid of the chaos that's there, you have to take charge of it and you have to take the lead. Finally, Halloween, the last day of the month, there is a grand trine in water in the chart, which means it's going to be a very, I personally predict that there's going to be a lot of activity in, paranormal or psychic activity, because a grand trine in water means that the intuition, people's channels are open, and I think people will really have quite a lot of stories to report at the end of this Halloween, and they'll have quite a lot of unusual experiences. So watch out for that if you're interested in that kind of thing. I hope this reading has been useful to you. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab and you'll see the types of readings that I offer. I do astrology, tarot, and numerology. And we can look at anything from romance to work to spirituality. Anything that you might need some direction or clarity on, can look at it by your personal chart, which will be even more specific than this chart for Sagittarius. And please remember to subscribe to the channel. Have a wonderful October, and I'll speak to you soon.